What's going on, guys? Primal Thunder here. Today, as promised, we will be moving on to Season 7 of Pokemon Go. The Season of Go. Yeah, you can really tell they put a lot of thought into that name. Overall, this was a pretty good season. Spoiler alert, there is a ton of Go Fest. With the events, we have Go Fest 2022 Day 1, Go Fest 2022 Day 2, Adventure Week, Cranidos and Shieldon Research Day, Pokemon TCG Crossover, Dino Community Day, Go Fest 2022 Berlin, Germany, Pokemon Go 6th Anniversary, Battle Weekend, Starly Community Day, Go Fest 2022 Seattle, Washington, USA, Hisuian Discoveries, Hisuian Braviary Raid Day, Go Fest 2022 Sapporo, Japan, Bug Out, Galarian Zigzagoon Community Day, Pokemon Go World Championship 2022, and Go Fest 2022 Finale. Moving on, we have Go Fest 2022 Day 1, with the pros including the release of Shiny Shroomish, Numel, Carablast, Shelmet, and Axew, the debut of Shaman, 4 collection challenges as per usual with these types of events, Pancham, Galarian Mr. Crime, Galarian Weezing, and Clink were spawning in the wild for the very first time. That was really cool because Pancham, of course, an egg-exclusive Pokemon, Galarian Mr. Mime is a research Pokemon, and Galar Weezing and Clink were raid Pokemon, so that was pretty cool. Tropius and Torkoal were appearing globally through Incense. Those are super rare regionals. That was a dex entry for a lot of people. Those were dex entries for a lot of people. Most of the spawns were valuable Pokemon to have. Let it be Pokemon such as good for PvP, rare shinies, good raid attackers, stuff like that. Unknown B, G, O, and U were appearing. And all Pokemon that could be shiny were shiny boosted. The only con is, of course, per Go Fest, it was a paywall. Go Fest 2022 Day 2. Pros, we have the debut of Nihilego, the introduction of Ree and the Go Ultra Recon Squad. Is it Ree? Is it Rye? I don't know. Everything spawning from the previous day was appearing all combined. Everything was still shiny boosted and special research. Cons were nothing really in particular other than the paywall. Adventure Week. This was a good one. Pros. The release of Shiny Arcan and Shiny Tirtuga. The debuts of Tyrant and Amora. Half Hatch Distance. Unknown F was appearing in raids. And Cranidos, Shieldon, Larvitar, and Aerodactyl were spawning and they are rare. The only problem I have with this one is that some of the Pokemon in the eggs were unnecessary. All the eggs for this event really needed were the Sinnoh fossils, the Kalos fossils, and the Unova fossils, and it would have been great. Because I feel like every other egg I've been hatching either a Slugma or a Shuckle. Ugh. Cranidos and Shieldon Research Day. Pros. Cranidos and Shieldon were shiny boosted. Tyrant and Amora were spawning in the wild for the first time. And the introduction of the Aurora Sky. Cons, nothing in particular. It was pretty easy. And also it was really good because research days, since they're shiny boosted and guaranteed to have good IVs, research days are probably the easiest ways to get Shundos. I know a lot of people like JT Valor managed to get Shundos from these, and I mean, the Sinnoh fossils are really valuable Shundos to have, so good for them, I guess. There was really nothing wrong with this event. It was really solid, and I hope they do more research days like this in the future. Pokemon TCG collaboration. Pros: the debut of Wimpod, the debut of TCG Pikachu, Slacking, Snorlax, Dragonite, Onix, and Chansey were spawning, and they are rare. Yes, this event was probably a 2018 player's dream. 9 collection challenges, and Ditto was appearing much more frequently. And with this boosted shiny, a lot of people were getting shiny Dittos. I couldn't because that shiny hates me, but what are you gonna do? There was really nothing wrong with this event. I feel like it was really solid, and I also love what they did with the collection challenges. There were 9 different ones, which seems like a lot, but some of them were much harder to complete than others, just like collecting Pokemon cards. If you collected Pokemon cards at any point in your life, you would definitely know that some cards are harder to get than others. That's true with basically any card game. But I like what they did that because some Pokemon for the collection challenges were harder to obtain than others, which I like. Dino Community Day. Pros: Dino is greatly shiny boosted. Zweilous evolved during event hours became Hydreigon with the exclusive move Brutal Swing. Yes, I know it's technically called Hydreigon, but I like calling it Hydreigon because I'm German. And it got Brutal Swing. And we have the introduction of the move Brutal Swing. The return of 4-star raids, and raids for Zweilous completed rewarded nearby players with bonus Dino spawns after Community Day ended. So Niantic kind of took our feedback, with some people liking the new hour times while other people not liking them. So technically you could have Community Day for 8 hours now. You kind of just have to work for the next 5 hours. But yeah, I would technically say that Dino is not a new shiny, but it's a rare shiny, so I let it slide. GoFest 2022 Berlin, Germany. Pros: the release of shiny Pansear and shiny Foongus, the debut of Cowboy Hat Snorlax, the debut of Sky Shaman and Mo Rotom, the debut of Pheromosa. Yeah, there were a lot of debuts this time. 4 collection challenges. And there was a 5th collection challenge that was global that gave players worldwide an encounter with Pansear, which is how I managed to get Pansear in my Pokedex. But unfortunately, I couldn't record myself getting the Pansear encounter because I was kind of down that day, because the day that challenge came out is, of course, the day I heard about Technoblade's passing away. May he rest in peace. And we had unknown U, L, T, R, A, B, E, and S appearing, which of course spells out Ultra Beast. There was really nothing wrong with this event. I mean, I can't really penalize it for being only a local event because it's literally in the name. The location is literally in the name. Pokemon Go 6th Anniversary. Pros: the debut of Party Hat Charmeleon and Party Hat Charizard. Pansear was spawning globally in the wild and in raids. Unknown E was appearing in raids. And we had a time research that gave encounters with Wash Rotom. This was a super rare Pokemon and a dex entry for a lot of people because it was available for everyone as a snapshot during the 2020 GoFest, but me, being that idiot noob that I was, didn't know and I couldn't get it. I missed out on it. So that was my Pokedex Rotom. The only con is that there were no new shinies. I mean, I was pretty shocked that they didn't debut anything for the anniversary event. I mean, for the 4th anniversary, we got the debut of Ducklet because it was a flying-based event because of Flying Pikachu. And for the 5th anniversary, we had the debut of Shiny Darumaka because it's 555 in the Pokedex. There was a rumor that briefly went around that we were going to get Vivillon and Scatterbug because Vivillon is number 666 in the Pokedex. But that was quickly struck down because I don't think they would do something like that because 666 is a religious term. Battle Weekend. Pros. The release of Shiny Shadow Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle. The debut of Shadow Geodude, Shadow Shinx, Shadow Patrat, Shadow Purloin, Shadow Ducklet, and Shadow Fungus. The debut of Shadow Latios and Special Research. I mean, it was kind of fitting that for the anniversary, the new Shadow Shinies would be the Kanto starters. I love that they did that and how it is very fitting. Overall, this was a pretty solid event. It wasn't a straight up Team Rocket takeover, because a lot of people don't like the new Team Rocket takeover events that happen once every season now, because the only real thing it does is bring more Team Rocket grunts, change the Shadow Shinies, and just that's it. And maybe a couple rare Pokemon in field research, but that's it. There's no event spawns, no event raids, and those events just feel so slow. Hopefully in Season 8 we should see some more stuff like that, but with spawns. Overall, there wasn't really anything bad with this event. Starly Community Day. Pros. The release of Shiny Starly. Staravia, evolved during event hours, became Staraptor with the exclusive move Gust. Starly was greatly shiny boosted, and upon defeating Staravia in 4-star raids, Starly spawned for bonus amounts of time. Cons, nothing in particular. This was a new shiny and a very long awaited shiny, so I gotta give Starly credit for that. GoFest 2022, Seattle, Washington, United States. Pros. The release of Shiny Combee and Shiny Panpour. The debut of Buzzwole. 4 collection challenges. You could pay for different initial experiences for either the park experience or city experience. You can pick whichever you did first. Pansage and Pansear were spawning in places they normally wouldn't. Yamask was spawning outside the time of Halloween. And everything that could be shiny was greatly shiny boosted. We had 4 collection challenges and a global collection challenge that gave players worldwide an encounter with Panpour. And unknown U, L, T, R, A, B, E, and S were appearing. Same as the last GoFest. There was nothing wrong with this event. I couldn't attend for obvious reasons, but I mean, it appears the YouTubers who won had a good time, right? Hisuian Discoveries. Pros. The debut of Hisuian Growlithe, Hisuian Quillfish, and Hisuian Sneasel. Collection Challenge. Bronzor, Onix, and Gible were spawning and they are rare. Panpour was appearing globally in the wild and in raids. Unknown S was appearing in raids. And there was nothing wrong with this event. This event was pretty solid and it had some good spawns too. Hisuian Braviary Raid Day. Pros. The debut of Hisuian Braviary, the release of Shiny Hisuian Braviary, and Hisuian Braviary was greatly shiny boosted. If you got that shiny Braviary, then you are lucky, because who knows when it's coming back, and it's a really beautiful shiny. GoFest 2022, Sapporo, Japan. Pros. The release of shiny Pansage and shiny Swirlix. The debut of Xurkitree. 4 collection challenges. 2 special researches for the 2 experiences. A global collection challenge that gave players worldwide an encounter with Pansage. And unknown U, L, T, R, A, B, E, and S were appearing. Cons, nothing in particular. This event was probably the most limited because Japan is one of those countries that's not really letting people pass their borders because of the stinky virus. I can't actually say it because I'll get demonetized, but hopefully you guys know what I understand. I mean, if you don't understand, then you've been living under a rock, my friend. Bug out. Pros. The debut of Grubbin, the release of shiny Venipede, Pansage is appearing globally in the wild and in raids, the introduction of daily boosted spawns. Throughout every day of the event, if 3 or more people gathered to do an in-person raid, certain Pokemon would spawn around that gym for 30 minutes. And that Pokemon changed every day. A collection challenge. The debut of Mega Scizor. Unknown T was appearing in raids. The 4 Ultra Unlock based events were different unknowns appearing in raids. FEST, spelling out Fest, cool little thing. Volmeed and Illumise were appearing globally in field research. That was kind of cool. And the introduction of bonuses based on different throws. I'm just saying, you got more candies depending on your throw. If you got a nice, great, or an excellent throw. And the candy gains were incredible. I hope they do this more in the future. There were 0 things wrong with this event. I loved this bug out event, and it was far superior to the other ones in my opinion. Pokemon Go Worlds 2022. Pros. Literally every single spawn was good for PvP. A collection challenge exclusive for players in London, where the actual tournament took place in. The debut of World Championship Pikachu. Haunter evolved during event hours became Gengar with the exclusive move Shadow Punch. Magikarp evolved during event hours became Gyarados with the exclusive move Aqua Tail. Matang evolved during event hours became Metagross with the exclusive move Meteor Mash. Rhydon evolved during event hours became Rhyperior with the exclusive move Rock Wrecker. And Fletchinder evolved during event hours became Talonflame with the exclusive move Incinerate. The only cons is that there were no new shinies. There were several Pokemon featured during the event that could not be shiny, and they just really weren't some of them were just not worth it when it comes to shinies. People were only catching them for candies. But that's it. And I feel like this could have been an event where they dropped the new shiny, in my opinion. GoFest 2022 Finale. Pros. The release of Shiny Munna. The debut of Shaman Scarf Pikachu. Tropius, Torkoal, Pansage, Pansear, and Panpora were appearing globally through Incense. Nihilego, Buzzwole, Pheromosa, Xurkitree were appearing globally in raids. Hang on, guys, I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I'm back. I'm sorry, I had to eat lunch for a minute. Anyway, unknown B, G, N, O, P, S, and X were appearing. 4 collection challenges, everything was greatly shiny boosted because the June Go Fest had a horrible shiny boost. And those who bought the ticket for the Go Fest in June got access to the event with no additional charge. This, in my opinion, gives it with a solid con of nothing in particular. Before we end off the video, though, I would like to give a quick honorable mention to the Daily Adventure Incense. With the pros being, we had a special research, the debuts of Galarian Articuno, Galarian Zapdos, and Galarian Moltres, a new feature that encourages people to get out, and it attracts some rare Pokemon sometimes. So, overall, I think the Daily Adventure Incense is a great addition to the game, and I hope they do more stuff like this in the future. And I'm saying, when I started seeing wild Galarian Articuno and Galarian Moltres in people's thumbnails, I legit thought it was clickbait. So yeah, overall this was a really fun season of Pokemon Go. It had its letdowns, but it was a pretty fun season. And I will see you guys in Season 8, the Season of Light. Hey guys, Future Thunder here. Today I'm here to explain that I completely forgot Galarian Zigzagoon Community Day. The pros were: Galarian Zigzagoon was greatly shiny boosted, Galarian Linoone evolved during event hours, became Obstagoon with exclusive move Obstruct, the introduction of the move Obstruct, Galarian Linoone was appearing in 4-star raids and would reward players with Galar Zigzagoon spawns after the event. Cons, nothing in particular, and good night Tri-State area.